Welcome to TNT. This week, we're going to be hunting the majestic Axis in West Texas. This is TNT.
TNT Outdoor Explosion is brought to you by Dead Downwind. Real science, real results, not just luck. HuntingTrophy.com. Logistic experts. Bear Motor Company, serving outdoorsmen for 30 years. ESP Electronic Shooters Protection. Ghost Powder, bring out the ghost. Zero Bug Zone, chemical and odor-free insect protection. Farm Country, 33 years and experience matters. Bass Pro Shops, the best in hunting, fishing, and outdoor products.
Well, this week I'm heading out to hunt with my good buddy Kevin Dunn, and we're going to be hunting in West Texas, and there's some exotics out in that area that we're going to go after. Hopefully Axis is one of them. The weather is not ideal. It is hot and windy, but there's a front moving in literally as we've been driving, so I'm hoping by the time we get there this front is pushed through and there's a little bit cooler temperatures on the back end, and maybe we can find some of these animals moving around. But hunting West Texas is a great place to hunt, and Kevin is a great guy, so I'm looking forward to this trip. Well, we are just minutes from the ranch, and typical West Texas, the first thing to greet us coming onto the property was a snake. Luckily it wasn't a rattlesnake, but that just goes to show that the snakes are going to be out this week, and it is way too darn hot for this time of year for hunting if the snakes are still out. So here we go. We arrived at the ranch, and I'll tell you, Kevin has a beautiful lodge. I don't know how many bedrooms are in this place, but they got shuffleboard, pool tables, poker tables, big screen TVs all throughout the place. They've got a huge fire pit area where people would gather at night. They cook steaks. I mean, it was just absolutely a five-star experience. So this is a lodge I hope I get to come back to again. When we arrived at the ranch, Kevin had told me that he had a hunter in that was trying to get a fallow spot and stalk, and asked me if we'd like to tag along and film it. So, of course, I'm always up for a hunt, so we decided we'd tag along, and the guy hunting was also named Kevin, and he was really excited. He had never harvested a fallow before, so he was really excited to take his bow and see what he could do. Now Kevin that was doing this hunt is also a helicopter pilot, and he had just got a brand new helicopter a couple months prior to this hunt. And so he gave us the opportunity to go up in his helicopter and go for a ride and look at the property. And man, talk about exciting.
We're about to go up in this helicopter, get some aerial footage. It's my first time in a helicopter, so this should be fun.
Here we are at Double D Ranch. Been out here since last night. Got to talking to Kevin Dunn and said he had a nice fallow out here. So love to go shooting with my bow. Got my Matthews here and go see if we can get it done.
Kept maneuvering, and eventually Kevin had the opportunity to take his shot.
It's like a 50-yard shot.
Kevin felt like the shot was a little bit high, so we decided to review the footage and see where the arrow hit. Once we reviewed the footage, it was evident that the shot was a little high, so we decided to leave the animal alone overnight and come back and try to get back on him in the morning. Luckily, the next morning, the animal actually hadn't traveled too far before he laid down during the night, but it was going to be another hunt altogether because Kevin was going to have to sneak in on this fallow and get another shot on him to actually finish him off.
Yes.
Go down?
Yeah.
God. What a hunt, man. What a hunt. Here we are, folks, at the Double D Ranch in Water Valley, Texas. Got this beautiful fallow on the ground today. We were able to get a shot on him last night, and I knew it was a marginal shot. So we backed out of there and went and had a little dinner and decided to get back on him this morning. It's just one of those hunts that you never give up on. And able to get a good kill shot on him this afternoon, and here he is. Beautiful fallow deer. I want to thank Kevin Dunn with Double D Ranch. He's got an awesome place, treats you right, got some gourmet cooks. Just the whole atmosphere is pretty awesome here.
Well, after it was all finally said and done, Kevin had a really nice fallow on the ground, and he was very excited to have that animal. So congratulations, Kevin, on a great fallow.
Well, we were going to be sitting in a few different areas on my Axis hunt. We knew that the Axis had been moving in this one particular valley. Unfortunately, it was a very long valley, so there was no guarantee that they would be there. The first area we sat in, we saw a number of animals, but unfortunately, the Axis didn't appear.
Well, that wraps up another morning hunt, and we saw some aoudad up on a hill about 500 yards away. We did see some Axis, no shooters in that, so it's going to be another afternoon hunt. Unfortunately, the wind's already starting to really pick up. We'll be out here giving it a try. Time to eat.
Well, after we had hunted this one particular spot, Kevin suggested that we go to one of the other blinds, which kind of sits up on a hill, and it overlooks the valley, and we would have a little bit better viewing distance, I guess, so we could see a lot further and maybe be able to get our eyes on a shooter Axis. All right, we're getting ready to head out. As always, we're going to spray down because the wind's going to be a little bit borderline. We're trying a different spot, so we're going to make sure our scent is as concealed. We're going to be in a box blind, but when you don't have the best wind, you can still end up getting busted. So we're not taking any chances. Got my dead down wind, and now we're officially ready to hunt. Well, we had seen the shooter Axis that we were looking for, but unfortunately it got dark before we could get a clear shot. We were now down to our last day, and we only had a morning hunt left on the last day. But the good news is we had seen our shooter Axis at this location prior. So we knew that that morning was going to be our last chance, and hopefully the big boy was still in this area. Well, right as there was daybreak, I was able to glass down and saw a group of Axis and told Tanner, and then Tanner glassed down there and he said, hey, our big boy's there. So we just had to wait on enough light and hopefully a clear shot so that we could get a shot on the big boy. Well, as luck would have it, the big boy finally cleared and gave us a nice broadside shot. It was about 212 yards, and I settled the crosshairs, and as soon as we had the opportunity and the good light, I let him have it.
We had seen that Axis before and never could get a shot. So we specifically came back here on our last morning looking for that one Axis. And there's a whole group of females that's coming through here in this bottom. And he was with them this morning. So looks like we got a good shot in him. We're gonna wait a little bit and just see what happens. We saw him run into some brush in the bottom and he never came out. So we're just gonna give it a little bit of time here. It's early morning. I mean, we just got camera light 5 minutes ago. So we're gonna wait and see, and then we'll go down and have a look.
Well, I made a good shot on the Axis. He went about 50 yards into some brush that was just in front of us, and he never came out of the brush, and we were able to recover him very quickly. To shoot an Axis in full velvet is pretty rare. Matter of fact, it's something I've never done in my life.
I tell you folks, this right here is an Axis you will not see very often. It's got, I mean, he's in full velvet, but he's pretty much full grown because he's already hardened up here on the tips. So it's just a matter of his velvet coming off. Characteristics here, I've never seen this. Have you?
No, kicker like that?
That kicker. I mean, that is something.
That's cool. You don't see that very often.
That's odd. That is odd to see that. But Double D Ranch here with Kevin Dunn and Tanner. These guys know what they're doing. We're far west Texas, and you talk about just some great animals. We had spotted this guy